much is a grill?
A couple hundred. I want one too. Can we all go get one? Let's all go get a beer.
It has to be more than that.
Grill?
Yeah. Or maybe even like two. I want
Oh,
to.
I meant a fucking barbecue grill.
No, a grill. I'm like, no way, is that cheap?
No, it's a couple
I
hundred.
swear, I thought you said a barbecue
100.
grill. So I was like,
Wait, a grill?
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what are you talking about? What is other than
the
a
teeth grill.
Oh,
See,
Yeah.
you had the same idea. I was like, yeah, like
think
100, 200 bucks for a grill.
oh, dude. I thought you meant the fucking barbecue. I don't know.
Shit, should I? I don't know. I want
You
a
get
full
one. I get
grill.
one. I only want two right here.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe
You want a
like two
grill?
right next to each other.
Mhm.
Or
I think
maybe-
that shit's weird.
You're weird.
I think
I'm
it's
just kidding.
sick. Yeah.
Hey,
Anyways.
okay, go get a grill. Let me see it.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the 15th episode of Third Space
Yes,
Pod.
sir.
Woo!
What's good?
Yes, sir. The big 15. I want to start off.
Legal.
Huh?
Oh,
Almost legal.
Oh yeah.
FBI, open up!
They call me Honey.
Huh?
Oh,
Hey, honey's legal, bro.
Oh, is she?
Honey.
Who's
Honey.
the
She's
Hayren?
Vietnamese.
How about Hayren?
I don't think.
I don't know any of the other members.
Who's
don't
the
think
who's
she's
the
legal.
underage one?
I think she's the one.
That's me.
I think if I knew, I'll be putting a watch list. I'm sorry. But I want to ask you guys, how was your week? Or how was your weekend? I know there's a lot of
Ooh.
events that popped up over the weekend and you guys went.
No.
I'm
Dan?
sorry.
Huh?
Oh.
Hey, go,
Go ahead. Yeah,
fuck it,
go.
go.
What?
Okay, so I celebrated one of my friend's birthday this weekend. It's fucking crazy. We went on a Duffy boat, right? And someone fell into the water trying to take a piss. And then for another person, right?
Wait. Who's driving it? Like, don't you have a driver or no?
Like one of us.
oh,
one of us.
got it.
They got left behind or what?
No, like technically she was hanging onto the boat in the water. She wasn't like fully in there floating, but then she's like hanging on, right? And then we get off the boat, we're on the dock, going to the bathroom, and then they go throw up. And then all of a sudden she knocks out. And then someone like, you know, me, young people be like, oh my God, what the fuck? Call 911. And I was like, don't worry about it. Like, I'm gonna take her. Like, chill, right? Because I've seen this before. And then they're like, no, I'm gonna call 911. No, like, this is dangerous. Like, y'all gotta go. Like, what the freak?
Ew.
And then her kids are actually a nurse and a paramedic. They're like, dude, don't worry about it. Like, she got, you know, friends with her. Like, she's just drunk.
Yeah.
And then the mom's like, nah, fuck that. I already called 911. And then
Mhm.
freaking 5 minutes later, ding.
What?
Yeah, and then took her to
Damn.
the hospital.
Can
She
you
was just
imagine?
dehydrated and drunk. That's
Oh
it.
my god.
I know.
What
but
a
you know,
waste of taxpayers'
For
money.
real.
but you know
Well,
how
she had insurance or not?
yeah.
Oh.
But you know how meet young people? And everyone was just like,
But it didn't have to get to that point.
it didn't. No, but it fucking just came out of nowhere from her. Like I've like
Damn.
normal. Everything
So she
was
peeing
normal.
off the edge of the boat, and
No, she was
She
in the
didn't
water.
yet. She's in the water and she didn't. And then I was like, what the fuck are you doing? So I'm trying to pull her up, right?
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden she's like, what? You told me to go pee. And I
Uh-huh.
was like, okay, well, at least did you go? She's like,
Yeah.
no. So she didn't pee.
Damn.
That was like what? 6? And she didn't pee until like 10 p.m.
Did she fall in with her pants down or something?
No, her whole clothes wet.
What the?
Bruh.
Everything. I think she fucking slipped or some shit.
Damn.
And then the girls are so crazy because you know how like on the Duffy boat there's like the poles.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So the girls were using that like as a stripper pole. So they're swinging their bodies outside the boat in the boat like this. Are they not crazy?
So how'd you get
Yeah,
banned from
bro.
this boat service again?
No, they don't know me.
That's crazy.
Right?
Bruh.
Good times.
You have videos or what?
I can show you later.
Oh.
Someone has got to be
I wanna
like,
see.
oh my gosh, she fell in the fucking water.
Oh, we didn't get that. We didn't get that one, but we got them.
Bro,
dancing
what
and
if someone
stuff.
else recorded it and we're gonna see it on Instagram?
That'd be kind of
World Star or
week.
some
There's
shit?
always someone that records, right?
Yeah.
Cameraman never dies.
Cameraman never dies.
The one that does or is died.
Huh?
Get it?
No.
You're saying the cameraman never dies,
Mhm.
but then the cameraman died. Hold on. You get it? You don't get it. The one that usually does die.
You know, I was perfectly okay. Now I'm confused.
Dude,
Wait, what do you mean?
I
What
don't-
cameraman? Which cameraman
So
died?
you're saying the person, there's always someone that records, right? So I'm saying the person that records died. the one that usually records, died. You know?
I get what you're saying.
No, but Dan's talking about
A different
somebody.
not in the group.
it doesn't have to be that one specific person.
You know
I'm
how
talking
in, like,
within the group.
You know how in like the videos, everyone in the comment section all the time, they're like, the cameraman never dies.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
I've actually never heard that expression
I've never
before.
heard that expression either.
Bro, okay, maybe when I see it, I'll send it to you guys.
Send it to us.
Dan's
Bro,
never gonna see it again.
I will see some crazy shit.
That's
Like,
the one
Oh,
writing
talking about
that
this crazy thing, some crazy shit, right? Real quick. We share a fucking TikTok account, of course, right? For a third pod. I opened that shit up. That shit is so fucking nasty.
Hell yeah.
It's like these girls, like, you can know him.
I just, yeah.
These girls, like, they're fucking, like, air blow jobbing and just some
ASMR
shit.
shit.
I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck been
hey,
watching
y'all
this
know what we're
shit?
talking
I-
about. You like randomly scroll through and you're like, what the fuck? I
Nah.
didn't subscribe to this shit.
Okay, so it was me. I've been scrolling on the Third Space Pod TikTok, but then that shit is cursed. Like
What do you mean?
half of it's like kind of like normal stuff, half of it's like viral stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then another part is just like a bunch of thirst traps from like girls who have like OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just like, dude, once you start scrolling and you don't follow anybody, it just recommends you all those videos because it's like
Yeah.
that's what's popular, right?
Yeah.
But then you have to interact with one gnome and they be like, oh,
No.
they like this shit.
No,
What do you
if
think?
you just watch it, of course, if I scroll past it and I see something, I watched it. So it probably got the watch time, and then it probably just recommend that after.
So
You know
how long
what?
were you watching the clip?
The whole thing,
3 times or something?
maybe 5,
Damn.
maybe 6, actually.
And then they started trying to add you afterwards.
Yeah, and then I subscribed. That's how they got me.
How much was that?
Each one was like $7.99, so times that by 15. So
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You guys
No, I think it's
crazy.
16 actually.
It's been ongoing for a couple years though.
Yeah. But anyways, hard summer and head into college was this weekend. I know that you guys each went to a separate one. How was that?
You can go first.
Okay, so I went to Hard Summer. That shit was fucking lit. But, you know, a lot of mixed opinions about it because this was the first year, I guess, and maybe not the first year that they had it in LA, but first year in a while that they had it in LA because it's usually in San Bernardino.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It was nice and weird at the same time because San Bernardino, I've been to Hard Summer there and it's packed as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all okay. It probably wasn't as hot as San Bernardino, but it was still hot in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And in some areas of that venue in LA, it wasn't very packed.
Oh,
Right?
nice.
There's some areas that don't have a lot of people, but once you get to certain areas, it gets pretty
Like within the
packed,
venue?
right? Yeah, within the venue. And dude, of course, like sometimes when you have to, everyone has to cross one bridge and you just funnel all into a bridge, then it gets fucking packed, right? It was
Mhm.
packed like sardines. And when the event ends and everyone's trying to pack into the exits, that's when it gets
That's at
pretty
the
crazy,
last
right?
venue, right?
Yeah, but that's normal. But I guess in general, the Coliseum was super fucking nice to have.
You know,
One of
USC
the-
is like,
LA Coliseum.
Yeah, I was in the
Oh,
Coliseum. It was super nice.
I love the LA Coliseum.
I think that one was probably the best of all the stages.
Mhm.
What about the
Um,
Bank of California one?
Dude, I don't even know if I went there.
Oh, you didn't?
What does that look like?
It's
you
the
know,
one-
the video you posted?
Yeah,
That's where it is.
the video I posted walking it through
it's,
the
it's
entrance.
the other stadium.
Yeah.
You know the hard and harder stage are outside? It's the other one that's inside the stadium.
Oh, I think that was Purple Stage. I don't think I ever went to Purple
Oh.
Stage at all. So I only went to
Wait,
Hard
you
Stage,
didn't
Harder
even-
Stage, and Coliseum.
you didn't go into the. Oh, you did go into Coliseum.
Yeah, no, the green stage was inside the Coliseum, and that was the
okay.
nicest one because there's so much space.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You can literally sit all around the Coliseum,
Uh-huh.
Nice.
and once you go down, there's still so much space, and that was probably the nicest one. I saw DJ Diesel there. I
Mm.
saw
You s-
Floss and Yellow Claw.
you see
was
Blank?
so good.
Shaq.
Did I see Blank? No, but some of our group went to see Blank. I didn't see Blank though.
Dude, I almost went to go see Blank. And then
Ooh.
I was going to go see
don't
Blank
know
and go
what that
see
is.
Knock 2 and then go home.
Bro, okay, Knock 2 was so freaking lit, but it
Dude.
was so packed. I think Knock 2 was probably the the most packed DJ I was at.
I think he was the most anticipated DJ there.
Yeah,
Besides
for
Why?
sure.
Thriller.
Why is that? Is he like
He's
new or something?
he's coming up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
He's
just-
probably one of my favorite
Yeah.
DJs.
How
right
old is
now.
he?
He's
I don't
like
know.
early 20s.
Damn.
Yeah. He just started. Like I mean, he probably started making music a long time ago, but he
Just blew up.
he just blew up like last year.
Yeah, that was one of the main reasons why our whole group wanted to go to Hard Summer.
Oh,
Just to see
cool.
Knock too. I mean, of course, the other DJs too, but he was definitely the one that everyone in our group wanted us to see.
Mhm.
So that was pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, it wasn't too bad. It's just leaving the venue and closing out because it ends at 11. I think that's mainly because of curfew.
Mm.
But because it ends at 11, everyone stays till 11 because it's not that late, right?
Mhm.
And then once it ends, everyone's just
Crazy.
sardines fucking pounding out the fucking venue. And like, it's so weird. I got sucked into the crowd and then I
Mhm.
lost the group when I was trying to leave on
That's
one of the
scary.
days.
Yeah.
So I'm not sucked into the crowd. It's just
Uh-huh.
like you just walk with the crowd, right? So the
Mhm.
whole group went one way and then I just followed the crowd and I lost them.
Mhm.
I went the other way and then it was kind of hard to get back. But yeah, that was cool.
How was parking?
Parking was pretty chill. It's
Was
not
it
too
easy?
bad there.
To find and stuff?
Yeah. I mean, if you pay for parking ahead of time, you just go to the designated parking
nice.
areas.
Mm.
One of the days, one of my cousins lives by there for USC.
Mhm.
So we parked there and just walked over.
Oh, perfect.
The walk was kind of hell,
Wow.
but not too bad. Not too bad.
How much was parking?
Um,
Oh, you prepaid.
probably like
right?
25.
That's not too
30,
bad.
30,
Well.
$35.
Because I think
Let's
about
just
it, you
say
got like what,
$35.
5 people in the car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad.
Bro, don't get me started on SoFi. SoFi.
And actually, what I also wanted to
Trash.
mention,
What?
I met Megan from fucking 949.
Whoa.
Shout out 949.
Shout out 949.
Yes, sir.
So,
that's a neighborhood next over to us. Actually,
yeah, for reals. I was so surprised. And I want to shout out one of my buddies because I didn't notice.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what happened. I think maybe at the time I was super fucking drunk.
Mm.
Because I was just partying.
Mm.
And then he calls my name. He's like, Dan, Megan from 949 is right here. I'm like, what? I turned over. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
holy shit, it is. And I don't know. Maybe I was a little bit embarrassed because
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't, because maybe I was drunk or something. But she
Uh-huh.
was so nice. Like,
Well, she looks super like.
yeah, I don't remember if we had. Okay, that's the thing. I was also drunk, so I don't remember like the whole conversation. But
I'm dead. So how'd you
know.
start the conversation? How'd you start? Do you remember
I
that?
was like, "Hey, you're Megan from 949.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
can I take a picture with you?" And
Mhm.
she's like, "Yeah." So she was super nice,
Uh-huh.
and I wish I had more of a conversation with her. But I
Mm.
told her I was like, "Yo, we have a podcast too, Third
Oh,
Space."
shit, you really did
And then
mention it.
she was like, "Oh my god, that's pretty cool.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Keep going with that." And I think that's all. I think that's all I remember.
Oh yeah.
But-
you had a good time.
But she was like, "Yeah, just keep going with it." And then I got a picture with her, and
Uh-huh.
that was super cool. But shout out to Megan. She was so cool.
Hey, mark our words. We're gonna do an episode together one day.
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
soon.
yeah,
Coming
I'd be
down
soon.
for
Coming
that.
soon.
But yeah, she was super down to earth, and hopefully I can meet her again. That'd be pretty cool. And then
Mhm.
be like, "Yo, I met you at Hard Summer."
That would be cool.
Yeah. That's gonna be a
Nice.
crazy
Yeah.
full circle moment when, like, let's say like I don't know, let's say we blow up or something somehow.
Mhm.
And then we like circle back,
Mhm.
and then maybe she won't even remember you, and you can show her that photo and be like, "Yo, on this day, like,
Hey.
You gave me the best
There you go.
advice. You told me to keep going with the podcast.
Yeah.
Now here we are,
uh-huh.
dude. That'd be pretty
That would
cool.
be
That would be
Crazy.
cool.
Yeah, that was Hard Summer among all the other crazy shit that happened.
Dude,
that
I feel
weekend.
like
I
that
can't even
weekend
name
was
all the shit.
Crazy, yeah. So much shit was going on, right?
Like,
Mhm.
there's so much group stuff that happened, and then people like got fucked up, and then I don't know. I can't say too much, but it's pretty crazy. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Nice, nice.
For sure.
Thanks for sharing. What about you, Andrew? How was Head in the Clouds?
Yo, Head in the Clouds was actually a really great experience.
Mhm.
Like for me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of like 88 Rising music artists because I predominantly listen to like either K-pop, but mostly hip hop, I guess. Which I mean, I guess that's kind of what they are. They do K-pop, but I guess they focus on like Asian artists and stuff, and that's something I'm not super familiar with.
Mm.
So it was a really cool experience. But then luckily we got VIP tickets, and the VIP lounge was like insane because if you were an Asian creator, you're guaranteed to run into like another, like it was like a meetup for all the Asian creators. It was so cool because like I've met so many people there. Speaking of like 949 podcast, I ran into the Under Influence podcast, super sick. So I met Vit, I met Wu Talk, and I gotta say they were super chill. Like
Really?
I didn't want to take too much of their time because they're like kind of talking to a lot of people. So I went up to Vit like real quick. I was like, hey, yo, like, what's good, man? Like, I fuck with your shit. And let me just
That's how
like,
you said it?
yeah, I was like, just, I was like, y'all got time for a flick? Like, let me just get a photo real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, yeah, of course. Like, let's go. So we go take a photo. And then I see Wu Talk behind me. I was like, yo, like, Wu Talk, like, hop in, like, let's get a flick.
Yeah, you talk to them like they're old friends.
Well, I mean, I just want to keep it casual, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it was super chill. And like he hopped in, we took a photo, and like I just dapped him up and I was like, yo, I appreciate your time. And I didn't want to like mention like we have a podcast and stuff because I feel like they get that shit all the time.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
So I just
probably.
want to keep it like super casual. And then like I compliment Wu Talk on his fit. His fit was hard. And then he's like, yo, your fit's hard too. So I mean,
Yeah,
He
Attack on Titan
lying.
shirt
I'm
on.
just kidding.
yeah. So it was chill. But like I said, I ran into so many people. Like once again, I didn't want to take a lot of their time. So majority of people, I either asked for a
Yeah.
photo or I just dapped them up. I ran into Dumbfounded. I was like, yo, Dumb.
Oh.
So I just like, I walked by, I like dapped him up. I was like, yo, like the stuff you put out, like great content. I just dapped him up and I left. And then shout out to Rec.
Yeah.
I saw Rec too, same thing. I just dapped him up. I was like, yo,
Rec?
like Rec was good. Dapped him and then kept it pushing.
Mhm.
You know,
Nice.
but
Yeah.
I did get a photo at what is it? Ooh, I fucking forgot his name. Jimmy
Jimmy Zhang?
No, Jimmy Zhang. Yeah.
Wait, you got a photo with Jimmy?
I
Zhang?
did. I
You
did.
didn't
Yeah,
send
yeah.
that shit to us.
I'm not gonna lie, he's taller in person. I thought he was like a
Bro.
little.
Wait,
Was
is
he
he-
taller than you?
He is taller than me, which
No
is crazy.
way.
He's pretty
Really?
tall.
Yeah. I thought he was like maybe
I don't know who that
5'6". No
is.
disrespect, yo, but like I thought he was like 5'6", maybe 5'7", 5'8", but I think he's like 5'10", 5'11".
Maybe that's why he gets so many
Bro.
girls. Well, he's also very charismatic.
No,
Like, I don't want to
yeah.
downplay
And
that.
I'm not gonna lie, in person, not that
Let me
he's-
see this shit for
not
myself.
that he's like ugly online, but he's good looking in person.
Oh, okay.
Maybe because you see the
Damn.
whole package.
You can riz me up.
Yeah, you see
anytime.
his like charisma and stuff. So it was
Jimmy
super.
Bro, now
Yeah.
I'm fucking jealous. I've been watching Jimmy Zhang
Uh-huh.
since like for a fucking minute, like
Yeah.
so long, and
He
he's
was
been
cool.
one of my
He was
favorites.
cool for sure. Who else? Honestly, any like all the TikTok Asian creators I follow
Uh-huh.
were there.
I saw you guys met Yvonne from OTV.
Oh yeah, we ran into OTV.
Who else was there from OTV?
So it was Yvonne. Was it Bubblegum? I
Gumdrop.
Gumdrop. Yeah. My girl's the one who's like big on OTV.
Mhm.
So she was like super excited, and then we ran into I forgot his name, but he's like another streamer as well. But yeah, literally shout out Yvonne. She was so sweet too when we were talking to her.
Mhm.
Super chill. I didn't have one bad experience with interacting with like any creators there.
Mhm.
So that
Damn,
was
that's
Hey.
crazy.
yeah, it was super cool.
Shout out Asian creators.
For real.
Dude, shout out like Head in the Clouds too, because then it's crazy because the VIP section is connected to the artist section. So
Oh.
for the artists to get to the stage, or if they want to like go into like to watch the show, they have to go through VIP section.
Mhm.
So I saw a lot of artists too. I saw Millie, I
Uh-huh.
saw Higher Brothers, I
Oh.
saw Anthony Lee from Kinja.
Hey.
Like,
Oh, okay.
It was crazy the amount of people that I saw. But
You saw XG?
That's wild.
I saw XG.
your
Shout out
babies.
to XG, dude. XG was so good. Yasobi was so good. Those are kind of like the main reasons we went. But I'm a fan of DPR now because like I didn't know of them before, but like both of them are really good. DPR live and then DPR Ian too. So that was fire. So I actually got to experience new music, and it was a really
Nice.
good experience.
Jackson
Yeah,
Wang too.
yeah. Jackson Wang by far the best performance that night.
Nice.
Like respectfully, like I'm not into his music, but he is a great performer.
Mm.
Damn.
I want to see his new show, the Magic Man show.
Oh, dude. I think
Why? What is that
he
about?
showed like a snippet of it. During
It's
the-
just the name of his set that he does.
Oh.
But I saw his live stream at Coachella and he did the same set.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I have to see
Dude,
this
that's-
live. I
it
should have
was-
went.
It was
Fuck.
insane. It was such a good show.
I thought you were gonna go.
Yeah, I was, but I thought about it. I was like, I need to save money. And also, it's nice staying at home. I didn't mind staying at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I need to listen to some of his music. I don't even think I know a Jackson Wang song.
That was the first time I heard his music.
Isn't he from K-pop group?
Yeah,
Got
he's-
seven.
He's from GOT7.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. But he's Chinese.
Yeah, he is trying to.
My
Also-
brother.
My brother. He's actually he's like my man crush.
Is he?
You know, he's hot.
I don't even know what he looks like, actually.
Oh, really?
No, he's like the way he carries himself and like I don't know, man.
I think I saw a clip of him talking to SZA or
Mhm.
somebody, but he has some riz, man.
Does
Hell
he?
Everyone's
yeah.
comments
I'm sure
were
he
like,
does.
"Dang, you got
Oh,
some
yeah, this guy
riz."
got
because
fat
mostly
wallet.
like he said something
Yeah.
and then she started like laughing in his ear or some shit.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
So everyone's like, "Yo." I forgot who though.
There's one more thing I kind of want to bring up too. Like, I don't know if this is just an Asian thing, but Head in the Clouds, it was the way they did it was like they staggered performances. So
Mhm.
from the main stage to the other stage, and then I think like the EDM room or whatever, the Honda whatever, that was like consistent. But then people would move essentially when one artist ends, the other artist shows on the other end. So everyone kind of leaves. But
Yeah.
as everyone's leaving, it's super quiet. Like you can whisper and still hear the person next to
Oh.
you.
nobody talks.
Insane.
They talk, but it's weird because the volume is so low. And
Oh,
I don't think it was a lack of people because there was people there, but it was so weird because like any other concert I went to, like I can barely hear myself talk. Like even if there is like people singing stuff,
true.
Yeah.
or I'm just like, what the hell? And then so when we were there, like literally you're talking loudly when the set's going, and then when the set ends, if you try to speak at the same level, you're shouting at that point because
Yeah.
everyone hears you. It's crazy. So I don't know if it's just like Asians are just ingraining us
Down.
to be like culturally
Quiet.
quiet, I guess, or like respectful. I don't know what it is. It was an interesting dynamic, I guess.
So wait,
Yeah,
how
that's
did you
pretty
notice it? Like you were talking and then you're like, "Oh shit, I'm so fucking loud," or like,
Yeah, yeah. Jess was like, "Yo, like,
"Stop
chill."
screaming."
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not
Nice.
screaming. I'm talking normally.
Let's go next year.
I'm down.
VIP only.
Dude, VIP is the way to go.
Let's go.
honestly.
You're gonna have to skip Hard Summer next year. Sorry, Dan.
Yeah, we'll have to see it. Yeah, I'll have to see the lineup, you know. I'm not opposed to it, but you know, the right DJs are playing, and maybe if the right artists are playing Head in the Clouds.
Zed was really good.
Yeah, Zed's
surprisingly.
always good.
I'm not like a
kills
big
it every
EDM
time.
fan, but when he went on, like it kind of got wild. I was like, yo, this is actually pretty lit.
I love Zed.
Yeah,
Zed's fun.
we'll have to see.
Moving on, we have some current events. I think Dan wanted to bring this one up. Andrew
Okay.
Tate is free. He's a free man.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know. Apparently,
Well, he's not a free man. He's just
Uh-huh.
he's off house arrest. So he's free to roam around Romania.
Is that not what a free man is?
He can't leave the country.
Oh, okay.
I guess I mean free, but not completely free yet.
Oh, like he's still on the hook. They're trying to get him for
So his
something.
case
still.
They're
still
always going to
pending?
be trying to get him.
or is he
Oh.
like on probation or something? Like not like a house arrest, but like probation.
No, does he have?
No, he's not. He's. I don't even think it would be called probation, right?
Mhm.
Because he has a court case against him, and I don't know too much of the legal, so I can't even say the legal terms because
Mhm.
I don't know too much. But he was so closer to Christmas time. He got arrested and he went to jail in Romania
For what?
They said it was like sex trafficking and
Mm.
he was like forcing girls to do TikToks and shit for him. Yeah, like that. And then he was taking the money and stuff like that. And all these, or I guess all these, what's it called? Like crimes were fucking, I don't even know the legal term for it, but yeah, he had cases against him and they tried to charge him. That was the word, charging. They charged him for all of this stuff, but there was no evidence. But they kept him in Romanian prison for 3 months.
Oh shit.
And that was a big controversy because it's like, dude, you would like to believe you're innocent until proven guilty, but in his case, he was guilty until proven innocent, right? Because they just threw all these charges at him, but there was no evidence. And for 3 months, they just kept stalling and then trying to bring on new evidence, but there was nothing exact that they could charge him for. And then after those 3 months, I think they realized they couldn't keep him anymore. So they put him on house arrest for another 6 months. So he couldn't leave his house for another 6 months and still no evidence. So they had to take him off house arrest. But I still think they're just going to keep trying to push charges and shit. So crazy news though.
And he got jacked in prison too.
Yeah, he got fucking
Dude,
jacked.
he came out like double the size.
Oh.
Damn, let me
like-
see.
Like,
I thought
damn,
it was
this guy
real
got
life.
jacked. And his brother too.
I mean, dude, they had like nothing to do in there.
Yeah.
So he was saying he was doing like, I don't know whether it was 2,000 or 10,000 push-ups a day.
Sheesh, dude.
He was trying to
Probably.
do 10,000.
Dude,
a
they were
day.
already buff. And then they came out looking like fucking like they were fucking yoked, bro. I was so surprised. But that's on spicy news, Dan. Speaking
Yeah,
of
it's fucking
spicy,
crazy.
have you guys heard of the Sriracha shortage? That's a tongue twister.
Sriracha shortage.
Sriracha shortage. But yeah, they I guess they had to stop production for some reason. And then everyone just went crazy and like people were selling it online on eBay for like $120 a bottle and stuff like that. I was like, damn, I got like 5 bottles at home. I can make a quick like $700 real quick, you know? But then I think they're starting to produce it again in actually this month. So I think in like the next few months they're gonna get on
Bro,
the
who
shelves
in
again.
their fucking right mind would pay $700 for a Sriracha bottle?
You know, I thought the same thing, but my coworker, she can't eat anything without sriracha.
Oh,
So she was kind of like seriously like contemplating paying resale prices.
wow.
Wait, how much is that? Because then you see people selling it for like 700, a couple hundred, but I think realistically like 50, 60 bucks, like fair, right?
Like
50,
something
60
like
bucks
this,
is,
I
like,
think
fair.
so. Yeah, but the bigger one, maybe like 120.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you could get like the knockoff ones. Not like
It's not.
I don't-
It's not the
okay.
same, man.
it's not the same, but you know the brand that makes those packet of soy sauces is like Lee Kim something.
Yeah.
I mean,
Lee
it's
Kum
pretty,
Lee?
Yeah, Lee Kum Lee. They make like pretty Asian stuff. I saw that at Stater Brothers. They
But-
had a shit ton of them.
But have you tried it?
Yeah.
It's not the same as Hui Fong.
Of
bro.
course, it's not going to be the same.
Bro,
but
it's
still
not the
pretty
same. No.
Good.
Anyways, but yeah, Sriracha is it's coming back. So, do you guys like Sriracha?
I do, but not like I don't need it.
Yeah.
I could
Like-
go without it.
Like pho, I love to eat it with like the ginger sauce.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Instead of like sriracha and shit.
Oh, but that's the sauce
Well,
made for that dish.
You're
so.
supposed to put sriracha in the ginger, Mom.
What? I never
don't?
do that. No.
Bruh.
But
How
you
are you
know-
even Vietnamese?
Oh,
You know what?
What the fuck?
Okay, do you both do it?
Yeah.
No, I
Exactly.
actually stopped eating Sriracha.
What are you talking about?
But then I transition over to like satay or like putting fresh like chilies in instead.
Mm.
No, it's a lot better in my opinion. Or I take the chilies. You know, like your dad like comes out and he's like, bites the
You
chili?
do that?
yeah, that's just
I'm
good.
scared to do that.
Well, I have a high spice tolerance, so I can do it.
I can eat Taiwanese now.
Oh, nice.
Easy.
Now.
Easy.
Bullshit. Let's
I
go
swear to
buy
God, let's
one
go
right
right
now.
now.
Let's go right now.
Shit.
Cut the episode. We're going right
that
now.
shit's, dude, that
No, I
shit
could
fucks
do
me
that
up
shit.
sometimes. But anyways, like I was saying, Sriracha, just try it one day. Because when you go to a restaurant,
Mhm.
you don't have the option to put too much shit in it. So they
Mhm.
give you the ginger nook mom. So you
Mhm.
might just put some sriracha in it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Try the sriracha.
All right. I'll do it.
Okay.
Do it,
yeah.
do it. It's
Let
really
us
good.
know. What if she comes back like, fucking hate you, Dan? That shit was the worst thing I ever ate in
Dude,
my
how-
life.
You're supposed to eat sriracha with pho. That's just the thing to do.
Okay. Very true. But how about this? Putting sriracha in the broth, is that a sin or no?
No.
No.
No, it's not.
No.
No, eat that shit how you
No.
want.
Exactly.
What the heck?
I hate when people say you're not supposed to put the sauce in the broth. I'm like, bro, I'm Vietnamese. I put so much sriracha in my broth.
Look, I think it's okay. I'm not gonna fucking say anything, but I don't personally put it in my broth. I don't do it because then I like the way that the broth tastes, and I want to keep it like that. But I'm not gonna bash on you if you put it in your pho.
Yeah, and there's a lot of times it's like non-Vietnamese people saying this.
Mhm.
Okay, that's the thing that triggers me. That's the thing that triggers me.
I'm like, huh?
You don't even pronounce it correct. How you gonna tell me not to
Pho.
But usually a lot of them, they know how to pronounce pho.
in this area?
True.
Yeah.
Huh? Who?
Like a lot of them, they usually know how to pronounce pho.
I feel like you go up to LA people.
Debatable.
Some people don't know how to
Maybe.
pronounce pho. Yeah.
All right, cool. But we have one question this week from
Wow.
Jimmy on Instagram.
Jimmy Zhang.
Yeah, it's Jimmy Zhang. No, it's our buddy Jimmy, and he asks, "Why does Drew's breath stink?
What is what?
Why does Drew's breath stink?"
Drew.
Drew.
Oh, my breath?
Yeah.
Who's Jimmy? Hold on.
Jimmy.
What Jimmy?
Bald
Ball
Jimmy?
Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy, yo.
Buff Vin Diesel Jimmy.
Oh, that you lucky you're buff. I'll beat you if you weren't so buff, all right?
You know what's crazy? Out of everyone here, Andrew would be the least likely to have a stinky breath.
How do you know that?
Because
You're
you
so
work for a
clean.
dental office.
Doesn't mean I like brush my teeth.
Oh, my bad. Coach don't play, right?
Right? There's a reason why.
Okay. All right, but moving on to today's topic.
Hey, fuck you, Jimmy.
That's the topic of today, actually. Fuck you, Jimmy.
I was with Jimmy at Hard Summer
Oh, are
this
you?
weekend. Yeah.
Was he going ham?
Yeah. I think. Yeah. I think so.
A little too ham, huh?
Mm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I did see some of his stories. The stories were fun.
Everything's like a flashback sometimes.
I love Jimmy. Like every time I watch his stories or like snaps, like
Mhm.
it's always a good time watching it. He's so
Jimmy's
sassy.
funny.
Yeah, it's funny. For sure.
I love it.
Is it the one I'm thinking of?
I don't know what you're thinking.
I'm just talking in general. I'm not talking about a specific one.
He's saying all Jimmys.
Yeah, Jimmy's are usually
Every
pretty
Jimmy.
cool.
No. Okay.
Yeah, you know, like Jimmy
Wow.
Neutron. That guy's
Yeah.
pretty. That guy's
Last
pretty
it
great.
all. Shit. But the actual topic of today is existentialism.
Oh my god.
Essential.
Or the meaning of life. Let's get a little bit spiritual today.
Okay.
You know,
Do you
there's-
have like the cards and stuff too?
No, but I got some questions. There's no right or wrong answer. I just want to see what you guys think about this topic.
Okay.
Okay.
But I think it's important to reflect like once in a while, like,
Yeah.
hey, like, what the fuck are we doing here? You
Uh-huh.
know, like, what's the point of life and
Yeah.
shit like that. So,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Can you say the word again?
Existential extension cable.
Can you spell it? Can you spell it?
EXTENTIANALSO.
Okay.
Okay, moving on.
Can you
One more time, one more time.
Can you show us the word maybe?
What's the
EX
origin of the word?
EXTENTIAL.
No. T
ISM.
S O.
EXISTIALISM.
Extra.
You said S O earlier.
Oh,
No, I
what
didn't.
is it?
You
Is it like
did.
existentialism?
Anyways, you guys get what
Okay.
I'm saying, right? But yeah, I just want to start off with a pretty deep hitting question.
Mm.
What do you think our purpose is here? We can start
Like-
with Vicky.
Like in the world? Or
Like on Earth?
On Earth?
Like do you mean
Whatever.
me?
Or
Like you
here,
mean the
here.
people, or do you mean me?
Whatever your
personally?
perspective is.
oh.
There's a lot of ways you could hit this. A lot of angles,
Oh, I
right?
got a
Mm.
Hit from
fucking
the
hand cramp.
side.
Oh.
Is it like
You can hit from the back.
yeah,
Hit
yeah.
a doggy.
Remember the back
Whoa.
hair? Grab
Yeah,
the
grab the back hair.
hair.
You know, there's like, I don't know. This is tough. Can you come back
If you
to
want
me?
pass, yeah.
Come back to me.
Would it be easier if I went first and see what I think?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. I think our purpose here is to just live life and have good relationships with other people. It doesn't have to be something so complicated, right? Where I think that, of course, we go through and I think biologically, of course, like we have to like reproduce, make babies, whatever. But like outside of that, like what is the purpose of reproducing besides just striving to live? I think it's to build relationships with other people, because without that and like kind of like the artsy side of the world, I don't think there's a point in living. Like you kind of have to be a little bit crazy to appreciate life. You get what I'm saying?
What kind of
You
crazy?
have to be crazy to
A little bit.
appreciate
What kind of
life.
crazy?
Not crazy.
And what
crazy.
are you crazy? How are you crazy?
No, just like
How are you crazy? Well, I want to know.
I fucking gaslight people all day.
No, seriously though, why do you think like what part of you is
I
crazy?
think like a lot of part of me is like when I see like the light hitting like a certain thing a certain way, I'm like, oh shit, that's like the reason I live right there.
So that's why you're crazy.
I don't say crazy as like a bad thing, right? I say crazy as more like
A trait?
I don't know, like what is the right word I'm looking for? Like
What are you saying?
like kind of like artsy.
So you're saying because I'm not
Abstract?
artsy at all. So I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah. me
I'm not
neither.
saying that. I'm saying that's the way I perceive art.
I know, but okay, so you're saying that, right? And the
Uh-huh.
fact that I'm not artsy,
uh-huh.
why do you think I'm here?
You are artsy.
How?
There are things you appreciate in life.
That makes you artsy?
So artsy, I'm thinking of like
That's not the right word. I'm saying like a little bit like I think like if you live a life where it's like straight up, like straight cut, you don't do anything outside of the box, that's not a life worth living in my eyes.
Hey, some people do that though.
That for me, if I do that, I would try my best to get out of the box and think outside the box and go do stuff that this earth has to offer.
Okay.
I get it. That's your truth. Your truth can be something
Yeah,
else.
it can be something different. There's no right or wrong answer, right?
of course, but I just wanted to know like more of what you think. That's why I asked.
Okay.
I
But
think
I
from
think-
what he was saying is like Kenny just appreciates like the smaller things, and
Mhm.
like if you really think about it like from an outside perspective, like
Mhm.
inward looking in, it's all like Kenny says like, oh, when I see light hits this water bottle, he's like, yo, that's so dope. I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be here that I can see that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yo,
Be-
but like you looking in at him, it's like
Like, what the fuck
you're
you doing?
crazy. Like it's just a water bottle. What you mean?
But the way I look at it is, right, out of the whole universe, I'm placed here on this planet Earth,
Mhm.
right? And the sun is this big laser in the sky. And
Mhm.
all of a sudden, we're the perfect space away from the sun to not be killed, but
Mhm.
we're perfect space away to appreciate the sunlight hitting a water bottle.
Mhm.
And a water bottle, that's fucking water, which is pretty normal, but it's like pretty normal. But I think about how like so many people put their minds together to create plastic, which I know plastic's not good for the earth, but it's like, it's kind of crazy to think about, right? It's like when you come from nature, it's like,
Mhm.
how the fuck did these guys make a water bottle out of a tree or like out of materials, right?
Yeah.
So that's the way I think, is like, it makes me appreciate the world in a different way.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So I think that's my purpose in life, is just to like appreciate
Enjoy it.
and enjoy, like, because it's on an experience, right? And you
Mhm.
just use your time here to enjoy the experience.
Got it.
Question: do you think? Why are you laughing? Did you think this way, like forever,
No.
or because you went through what you went through and then a renew life, and then you're like, oh, all of this.
I think for a long time I didn't feel like that,
Mhm.
but mainly because I was thinking so much about other things. And I think a little bit like over the past few years, I definitely like my mind is so clear now. It's like it's the clearest it's ever been.
Wow, good job.
So like
Can we
I don't
clap it up?
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of
Solitude. Yeah.
things to like think about all day, other than like where I am in the
Mhm.
moment.
That's great because I'd be trying to take naps at work before work. I'm sorry, not at work. Before work because I get there. 30 minutes before. I'm trying to take a nap, but my mind's running so much. I'm thinking about random shit. I'm not taking a nap. So that's great that you can.
Thank you. And you'll get there too. I mean, it sounds like you want to get to that point, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it just takes time. It's not like you're gonna. It didn't take me like a week to do it. It took me years.
But to be honest, you don't even got to get to that point. You can find solitude or happiness in another way.
Something else.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
his absolute is not your absolute.
Correct.
It can be, but it doesn't have to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Everybody's different. Everybody got their own journey.
Good for you, Kenny.
Thank you.
You did that shit. Hell yeah.
This guy's
I'm
about
that
to
bitch,
become
bruh.
Period.
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 All right. But Vicky, you want to go?
No, not yet. I'll be last.
Okay. Let me.
Dan?
Me?
Dan is going to have a lot to say about it just because you're
Really?
very... I think you're very...
say it. Say
Like-
it with your chest. Say
Yeah,
it with your
say that
chest.
shit, bruh.
Say it.
He's
with
Why you
your
gotta
that
say it
like
to my
happy,
face?
positivity, like temple shit, like,
What?
you know, second life,
fucking
stuff like
racist.
that.
She called me Temple, bro.
Yeah.
She said you look like Buddha off camera, though. That's what she told me.
Bro.
You gotta fight her now.
Yo,
I used to
I'm
have all these fucking flabs. and
I'm
stuff.
built like a god. Too bad I got his Buddha.
You know, I do have some prayer beads tattooed on me. so-
See?
I mean, they're just, I'm prove you wrong. I don't really have much to say, actually.
You know, okay, you may not have a lot of say, but then your vibe, if everyone's been watching our podcast, why did I say it like that? Podcast, Dan's very like
He's zen, bro.
simple,
Yeah.
happiness, you know, giving back, friendly.
Yeah. Hey, keep going. Keep going, bro. Keep
Chill,
going.
Ask
chill,
him
that's
up.
enough. That's
Ask him
enough.
up.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
go
forgot
ahead.
good looking, handsome, charming, charismatic.
6 foot.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The whole package.
All right, go ahead.
Anyways, you know, meaning of life. I feel like I really don't have much to say about it because after hearing what you said, I guess it really depends on what aspect of what is your meaning of life, right? But in overall meaning of like humans in life, I don't think there is a reason because I think we just happen to be here and then the right things happen at the right time. And depending on if you're religious and believe in God, then all this other stuff comes into play, right? But I don't know too much about that. And I feel like we just happen to happen, right?
Yeah.
And I maybe scientifically, but I'm more on the scientific side. Maybe the right molecules came with the right thing, the right shit happened, and then we just happen to be here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, overall, I don't think we have a reason, but the more important thing to me is what you do because of it, right? Because I don't think about like, why am I here? It's like, what am I going to do while I'm here? Because I'm here. It's like the reason that I'm living, what are you going to make it, or what are you going to make your life become, right? Because you were given the chance to do all of this stuff. So what are you going to do about it? What do you make of your life? What do humans make of their life? And I think that's one of the big things that Elon Musk kind of believes in. And he's like, I think in one of his interviews, he mentioned like, we get this opportunity to do all this crazy shit, but no one wants to do it. And he mentioned that we have this chance to visit life on other planets and like make it. We have like he I guess he said with all the technology right now is like one of the times we have the chance to actually do it and go to other planets, but no one's doing it. And it would be sad to see the day that no one does it, right? Because when we have the chance to do it, then we can. And I guess that's the way I see things, because it doesn't matter why I'm here. It's like, what am I going to do because I'm here, right? Do I, and that goes into like, be a good person. Like also what Kenny says, because you're here, make good relationships, take your day as it is and appreciate all the small things, and don't worry about like too much of like, why do I exist? And like, do people even want me here? It's like, you're already here, bro.
I'm guilty of that.
You're already here. Just fucking go out and do it, right? So that's what I think. That's my answer.
I think Dan takes the approach of, I don't know if you guys watched the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once, but it's kind of that approach where it's like nothing matters.
Mm-hmm.
So like we can do whatever we want because nothing, in the end, nothing matters, right?
Yeah.
You can take that as a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
Dan decides to take it a good way, right? Like nothing fucking matters. Let's just enjoy our time.
Fucking live your life, bro.
Let's just
Don't
enjoy our
matter,
time
bro.
here. And I think that's how I resonate with that for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, what if in like, of course, in another 100, 200 years, everyone on Earth is not going to be here anymore, right? And it's going to be a new wave of people. And maybe we got forgotten, Unless we go in the history books. That's what a lot of people want to accomplish, right? Get in the history books. Make a difference. That's the whole thing.
So when do you think will be the time where we're all gone? Like
The life expectancy of the world.
Life itself.
It's going up, but
so you think like the new people are gonna have tails or something?
Yeah.
And reverse back to what it
tails?
was back
I mean,
then,
how
and then
would-
they go back to humans like how we are today, and then they go back to tails.
The hell are you talking about?
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? It depends what you believe in, right? What if you believe in the Big Bang?
There you go.
What if a fucking asteroid hits us and we all got a like human restart, or like the whole planetary restart, right?
Mhm.
And then we have to start all over again. And that's what some people believe, actually. Some people
That we should
believe
start
that
all over.
we were a crazy advanced civilization
Mhm.
with all this technology and accomplished so much, and then something wiped them out and we had to start over again. That's I don't that also goes into like conspiracy theories.
Oh, I also talking about that. You know
But-
how like COVID happened, and then like people were saying COVID happened because the amount of lives on Earth were too many, and so that was like the chance of cutting people off.
Mhm.
Have you guys heard of that?
I've maybe
Or something
heard of
between those
that.
lines?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I could believe it.
That goes into conspiracy, right?
Yeah.
We don't know if it's true or not, but it's also at the same time, it's just how a virus works, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's not very surprising.
Yeah, a lot of conspiracies, and we'll never find the answer.
Yeah.
It's kind
Andrew?
of like Hitler, bro.
Okay. I want to hear more about this, but we got to move on to Andrew.
Okay, go ahead, Andrew.
No, I want to hear about the Hitler.
No, you
No,
just,
but,
never mind.
Honestly, mine's the same as you guys. Mine's like a combination of both you guys. I feel like there's not really a meaning to life. I mean, it's what you make it. Do you know what I'm saying? As in, like, you don't have to live life with a meaning. Well, you can just live life, enjoy it. And then, as for the religion aspect, like, this might be a hot take, but also because maybe like I don't really believe in religion.
Mhm.
I do think religion is it has its positives, where I think people who need a meaning to life, or who need like answers that can't be answers, they find religion, or as an outlet,
Yeah.
or something to like fill in that missing piece.
That's crazy. I had the same exact thought process.
Oh, really?
And I thought the same thing.
Yeah. So like I think religion does good for a lot of people. I also think
Yeah.
it does bad, but that's like it's like a give or take. I think overall it's a net positive. So I'm glad there is a reason, or there is like a answer to those people who are searching for an answer that can't find an answer. But for me, like I also get a lot of my values from religion, whether I want to actually believe
Adapt
it or not.
or-
Yeah, like my morals. I feel like a lot of my morals align with a lot of types of religion. But to say that I'm religious and like I pray or whatever, that's just not me. But like I said, I think it's good. It's a net positive overall. And then as for life, like just for me thinking, like I never question like why I'm on Earth. The
Mhm.
only time I question it is when something is making me it's giving me pushback in a way, like
Mhm.
like sometimes I'm at work, like majority of the time I'm cool, I'm happy, I'm interacting with people, like that's like the best part of like my life, I guess. Like let's say I'm at work and I'm having a bad day, and that makes me question like, oh, maybe if I don't even know where I'm getting at.
No, dude, you're doing good. You're on a roll. Just keep going.
But like when things like give you pushback in life, that's the only time I question like, why is this thing giving me like, why am I getting like a negative vibe? Why am I getting like pushback from this? It's making me question my way of life. And that's when I want to change something in my life. As in like, I need to like cut that out. As in like right now for me, it's my job. Like I want to quit my job because it's giving me like unnecessary stress, I guess, in a way where like I'm not happy with it. It's not making me feel happy, and it's hindering me from living the life that I want to live. So
I see.
I think I
get what I'm saying.
No, I
Okay.
was following. I get.
I'm sorry, I'm
I know.
drained
I
from work. I'm
understand where you're
drained, so I'm
going.
like-
I
I'm
also
like-
can't put it into words, but I think
But we
you're
understand.
kind of mainly going off that when life shits on you,
Mhm.
then you start kind of
questioning
wondering
like,
why
I want
the fuck
to.
is this happening to me?
Yeah.
Right?
Like I want to try to find the source of that like unhappiness and just take it out or like replace it with something that would it's better essentially.
That makes
Does
that
sense.
make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was following.
So you make change
I try to
when
yeah.
there's a little bit of pushback
Mhm,
in your life.
mhm. But I never question my existence. Like I never like think like, why am I put on earth? Like I feel like I should do better. Or I feel like
Mm.
I need to make a change. I need to go into the record books. I need to be that change. Like for
Mhm.
me, I don't question that. The only time I question it is when something
go through
gets
an
in the
obstacle,
way.
basically.
Yeah, something gets in the way of like me living the normal life I'm living of just
Mm.
happiness, interacting with people, friends, family.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys watched I Want to Eat Your Pancreas?
Mm-mm.
No.
A long time ago. Yeah, I did. But.
Well, there's a message in that movie. It's an anime movie, but there's a message in the movie that's like, life is just relationships, right? Like without relationships, how do you know if life is real? Like let's say if we all lived our own life, but then we didn't build a relationship with anybody,
Mhm.
what kind of life is that? You know, it's like, do you even feel like you're alive because you don't have like this connection with other people?
Mm.
Does that make sense? Or
I
It
never
does. No,
watched
I
the
get it.
movies, so I'm trying to understand.
The movie has like nothing to do with it. Like,
no, this is the message that's
it's
in the
just
movie.
message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what
The movie, you
about-
don't have to know the movie.
What about people who live by themselves in like the mountains and like they just like being by themselves?
See, that's the other thing. Like, I'm not saying the movie is correct. Like, all in all, like it's the absolute like correct thing. I'm just saying like that's an interesting thing that I noticed in the movie. But yeah, I get that too. A lot of times when I am alone, like this past weekend, I was like, dude, I like my time alone. Like I was staying at home, you know, not really talking to anybody. But I don't know. I do agree with the message a little bit. Is like, I don't know, the people who live alone is like maybe they have a dog or like the animals there, you know, it might not just be humans.
Yeah.
Or like it could be like a relationship with like the plants, maybe.
Oh yeah, no, I agree
Yeah,
with
yeah.
that statement.
Yeah.
Actually,
Relationship
I'm
with
not-
yourself.
I'm not going against that statement.
Yeah. Relationship with yourself, I think is very important too.
Mm.
Yeah, but I just want to bring that up, see if you guys thought anything about that.
No, I agree with that statement. I feel like I'm an extroverted person, so I love talking to people and meeting people. I rather have company than not have company.
Mhm.
So completely agree with that statement. I'm just trying to understand it a little bit more.
Watch the movie.
I should.
It's a cute movie. It's a really cute movie.
You know what's crazy? I actually get a lot of my values from anime. Maybe it's because like I grew up watching anime, but there's a lot of shit like I remember growing up. I'm like, that's a cool concept.
Mhm.
I'm gonna adapt
What's
that
that
to
one
my
thing?
You know,
life.
What's that
I
one-
agree with that too.
Uh-huh.
Learned a few things.
Yeah, maybe because I didn't have a father figure.
What are you
Anime
gonna
was
say,
my
Vicky?
dad.
What's the one that stuck with you too today?
Me?
hmm
Ooh,
Like a
that stuck with me.
message or
There's a lot of messages where I've learned to accept it now that I'm older. But I guess the main one for me growing up, not the main one, but the one that sticks out for me is
Mhm.
like I rather be
happy than stressed.
no, not necessarily that. Fuck, what is it? It's like I rather sacrifice myself than to sacrifice someone else or like on their expense. As in like if someone needs help or something, like I don't mind like if it eats up my time or I have to give up like money or whatever to help them out. Like I want to do that because not because I'm like makes me feel like a better person, but it's just I'm
Your
willing to
moral?
sacrifice myself for someone's better well-being. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Yeah.
You know what's a good one?
Go ahead.
Hmm.
That's my ninja way.
I was about to say Naruto
That was-
is a
that
very
was a fucking good one.
yeah.
shout out
Because he
the
sticks
ninja
by
way.
his fucking ninja way, dude.
Yeah.
I was saying Naruto is a very like once you get past all like the fighting is awesome. I love the
Uh-huh.
choreography of the fighting and everything,
Yeah.
but like the themes behind it is like awesome. Like
Mhm.
you can learn so much from watching that
Mhm.
anime.
Yeah.
My
Actually,
favorites
the-
were the fillers.
Oh, the ones where they go to the beach and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see them in a bikini.
Stupid.
Just all the side quests.
Yeah.
But I'm glad there's like anime for people to watch and like kind of relate to like maybe the main character or
Mhm.
one of the side characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the crazy scenes where you could learn a lot is where Naruto fights Pain, and then Pain explains the way he sees pain
Mm-hmm.
and like how you should react to pain and like taking
Mhm.
revenge and shit. But I mean, I don't know if it pertains to real life too much, but pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, do you think that's like the point where Naruto like realized that not everyone thinks the same way that he does,
Yeah,
and Pain taught him that?
yeah, I think so because he killed a fuck ton of people.
He did. I mean, I'm not saying what
That's
Pain
true.
did was right, but
He did Uno reverse it though. He's all like, okay, come back.
I saw this one funny ass video. It's like when Naruto like fights the enemy, but then he like loses because he's just not strong enough.
Yeah.
So the way he'll like win is to just talk them down.
Pretty much.
I was like, bro, this guy like you can't win him with a strength value. Just talk them down.
Bro, does that work in real life? Should we try it?
I think
It works.
to some degree.
It works.
To some degree, yeah.
I've done it before.
Yeah.
You have? You want to share?
Sure. With my coworker, right? I don't know if we talked about it before, but I guess he was really in her face, like face to face, arguing about something. And I was like, hey, like, let's relax. Like, you wouldn't like it if someone was in your face like that. Like, let's, respect each other. Like, come on, give the space. Like, just be calm. And then, he actually was, surprisingly. And
Yeah.
usually I'm like,
Oh, thank God.
Damn.
Yeah,
that
but-
never worked.
but that time I actually was like, okay, cool. Like, I wasn't, I don't know. I think because I was thinking about her safety.
Yeah,
I didn't think of my own. And so,
Mhm.
like, yeah,
Mhm.
but it worked.
Mm.
That's good. I
Mhm.
think sometimes words are stronger than physical action.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Sometimes I read the comments. I'm like, Damn.
Actually, that's something that they teach you in sales because I did like a sales seminar.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know how maybe you will know, but when you take a sales call and they start yelling the shit out of you
Mhm.
and they're like, shut the fuck up, you're a fucking like your company's piece of shit, all this stuff. It's like, ma'am, I don't understand why you're yelling at me. I'm the one trying to help you here. But if you keep yelling at me, I don't know how we can help each other. And then they're like, you're right. What do you have to say? Yeah, I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
But
You know what's funny? If somebody's yelling at me, I don't even want them as my client
Oh yeah.
because the thing is, I have to nurture that client afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And if I pick up the phone, they're yelling at me already, and they're being difficult from the beginning, they're gonna be difficult throughout the whole process. So and how insurance works, the rates always raise, right? So once the rate goes up, then call back like yelling at me. I'm like, I could have just not dealt with this in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's how I think.
Uh-huh.
Like I want a good client base.
Yeah.
So of like level-headed people.
Mhm.
I've been
Mhm.
yelled at before for sure, but I've never tried that. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. But,
I did it
Yeah.
before. It works.
Yeah.
It works a few times. Yep.
Yeah.
That's another thing too. The older I get, I feel like you really respect your time, or not respect your time, but like
Energy?
Your energy. There you go. You have to really respect your energy because there's a lot of people you run into where they may not be a bad person, but they eat up your energy,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're not gonna have that like energy to give to people that actually deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
So that what you said earlier was good. You kind of want to have good clients
Yeah.
and not waste your
You, like,
energy.
disengage.
Right? Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
keep
that's
it.
good.
You have to learn how to cut it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can't satisfy everyone.
The most perfect client is when they understand it's not your fault. It's just how maybe the economy is going, or like if they look at the bigger picture. I tell them California raises rates. They're like, oh, okay,
Right on.
I understand.
Mhm.
Hang up. I'm like, cool, move on.
Uh-huh.
But then, yeah, no, that's cool too. But I also want to ask you guys, do you believe in a higher being? That doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be a god,
Uh-huh.
but something.
Gotcha.
And it also ties into that. Do you believe in destiny?
Destiny.
Like, do you think your life is predestined, or if it's random, or?
I don't believe in nobody.
Okay.
I go to temple and stuff like that, right?
Uh-huh.
But I don't like, oh my God, like, you know,
Uh-huh.
Like, please.
Buddha is the
this and
one.
that. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
go to Buddha. No hate, no nothing.
That's
Uh-huh.
fucking racist. No,
Why? I'm
I'm just
Asian. No, but that, right? And then to answer your second question, I don't know. I'm like half, right? But then, like, you know, seeing all these movies and all that stuff, I also think of like, oh, if I never did this, I couldn't have done this without it. Or like, for example, if I never applied to Craigslist, Bowling Point, that assigned me to, I actually did that shit.
I know. Yeah.
I signed me to, what was it, like Rolling Heights or like the Bay Area.
Uh-huh.
I would have never gone to Irvine and then met you guys and then done this. Like,
Mhm.
would that be considered destiny?
Mm.
Like destiny to meet you guys, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
You
would
know
say
what
so
I
if you look
mean?
at it that way.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like for example, another example with Tim, right? The day that, so originally the plan was to go meet him, not meet him, but like go to the club with my friends. But then at last minute, I wasn't gonna go, but I went and then I met him. Like that's like
Mm.
Mm.
that's my thought process.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. One thing I wanted to share is like I've always thought about this.
Mm-hmm.
Meeting somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It's like so crazy, right? Because back to what you were saying, like the right molecules set in place. Like at the end of the day, we're made of like just stuff in the universe, right? And it's so crazy that like everything just happened the right way at the right time for us to be alive. And it's like, it's crazy because like out of the whole universe, out of even the whole earth, it's like, is it really random that we met each other? You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, or is it destiny that we met each other? And it's like, it was meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
see that.
You guys got something to say?
Oh.
What do you think of that?
Buddha?
I don't know. I know that's fucking racist. I'm just kidding.
Just because he's shaped like Buddha.
Like destiny. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's destiny. Yeah, maybe I guess you're right because out of all the billions of people in the world,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess it's not so random that you meet people in your area, right? Because you live here, that other person lives here. Then I don't think it's
But the
too
fact
random that you
live
meet
here and that
this
person lives here.
person,
It's like
right?
that's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
something.
Uh-huh.
Like that person
Yeah.
could have been in the Bay or
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
Seattle, Texas, but then they're here. They're
Yeah,
placed
yeah,
here
yeah.
to be your neighbor.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get that, but then that could also go for almost anything else
Everything.
in the world, right?
Yeah.
Like why the fuck did that tree fall down and then we decided to build something there, right?
Yeah.
It's
But
I guess yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's like could be destiny, but I don't know. I would say that's destiny, but I could see it being destiny, but I don't want to believe in destiny for some reason.
like,
Why is that?
like for your life, you don't want to believe in destiny?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I think a little bit because of that is because I, for some reason, tie destiny down with luck, right? In a way. And because everything that happens to you, maybe if something good happens to you and you kind of categorize that as destiny, but then I don't want to say because everything that I did in my life brought me here, right?
Mhm.
But it's like, what if you worked for everything that you did, and because you got to there, that you earned it or something? Like, let's say for your whole life, you were LeBron James, you worked out, you fucking played basketball the whole time, and you just trained for years and years, and you got into the NBA. But because all of the right things lined up for you and you met the right person, you were able to go to the NBA. Is that also considered destiny? Or is it because you worked to get where you are and things just fell into play, right?
Yeah. I was gonna say I believe that on like a smaller scale. Like how LeBron, like, oh, he worked his whole life to be where he is. And to be frank, he deserves it, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about like in the grand scheme of things. In like the whole life, being here, being not here, I don't know. But in the whole grand scheme of things, isn't it crazy that like
We're all sitting here at this table
we're all
together.
sitting here
Yeah.
out of the whole space, like outer space. We're on a rock floating through space, going like 3,000 miles per hour. Like, how crazy is that? Right?
Yeah.
And do you think it's... I think it's destiny in the grand scheme of things, but in the small scale, like if I were to work hard to become an athlete, I think that would be not destiny. That would be my own like hard work and dedication.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I also feel with like athletes, right? I feel like destiny could be a little part of it. Not all man could do the same things as LeBron and be LeBron. You know what I mean?
That's very true, because I think if I train like him, I don't think I would make
No
it to the
offense,
NBA.
you're probably not.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you. Why are you saying no offense?
Because people like Andrew.
Wait. But now you're knocking down the idea that you could do whatever you want to if you worked hard enough, and you don't believe in that.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there's a like for everyone, right? There's a percentage of something in everybody that someone else won't have. Correct?
Genetics.
Okay, yeah.
Or whatever it may be. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. You could be born lucky with this percentage of like strength or, you know, an extra leg or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't. But I'm not saying that just because you have a third leg and I don't, I can work. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
You don't wanna
I
help
get
me
you. I
out.
get you.
I feel that.
It's just, I feel like what I want to say is like, I think our minds just kind of work differently, because
Mhm.
mine is more like, we're here because we decided to make it. So we're here. We all made the decision to be here, and that's why we're here, right? That we're here on this podcast because we decided to make it happen. And that's the way my head works.
So are you, but
And
Like-
it's not because of destiny, and it's because we were friends and we all made the decision to collectively be here and spend our time here. And it's not because of destiny. That's the way my head thinks.
I think
I think it's a different surface of levels, right?
Mm.
Of the way Dan's thinking, the way I think I'm thinking with you. Which I'm thinking with you is like, you're saying we wanted to be here,
Mhm.
but then was I born to want to be here?
Mm.
Is that what you're saying?
No, I think what I'm trying to say is, like,
He's like, nah, I don't fuck with that shit.
do you think you have free will? But I think what Dan is trying to say that he does have free will. What I'm trying to say is either you have free will versus your life is pre-planned already. And every choice you make has already been made.
Okay, then I agree. It's free will.
It's free will?
Mhm.
Yeah. I would say it's free will too.
That was the question.
That's like the more simple like version of that.
God damn it!
I think
Kenny.
Destiny
God
made it a
damn
little complicated.
Anyways,
Yeah.
what was
Andrew,
the question again?
you
Believe in
what were you
higher
gonna say?
power?
Nah, I don't.
No,
I believe in a higher power. I think it's the universe.
This is the higher
The universe itself. Because all in all, like if you think about it, we are the universe.
Wow.
Okay.
Because
Can you
we're
put some background music to this?
We're a small pebble of the
yeah.
universe.
I think what it is we are the universe experiencing itself. So we were put here to experience what being a human being was like.
Yeah.
And whoever it is observing us to make us better in a different
Who knows?
universe.
So you
Yeah,
believe
no-
in a higher power.
I don't.
That's what it sounds like.
That's what you just said.
No, I didn't.
Someone's watching us.
I'm only going back and forth.
The way I think is we are all one being in the grand scheme of things.
Mhm.
And we are the universe. We put ourselves here to experience what life is like on planet Earth, at least.
Hmm.
I know it's
Yeah.
a little crazy to think about like that, but that's what I'm talking about. Like, you gotta be a little crazy to like kind of
Yeah.
To get the brain working.
yeah, get the brain working. I know I sound
crazy today.
Yeah, but I mean, this is why we talk about it, right? It's just fun to talk about.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Back on the free will or like predestined kind of topic,
Yeah.
I want to bring up, what if we lived in a simulation? What if everything you knew and I knew was not real and everything was planned? Like, what do you think about that? Like, if you found out, like, yeah, we do live in a simulation, would you be like, what the fuck? Like, my whole life's a lie?
Well, they
Or
better plan me to be rich. The fuck?
they plan somebody else to be rich.
And I'm poor?
Yeah.
Fuck
It's,
you.
it's part of the simulation. So, like, what if you found out and then, like, would you lose your mind or would you just continue to live the same life?
I'm already too deep in 25 years. Like, I might as well live the same life. However, you know how there's middle, high, and low class?
Uh-huh.
If I'm in the same community as, like, let's just say I'm poor and we're all poor together. Okay, cool. Like, I'm not going to have to, like, fight against middle class. You know what I mean? If I'm in a community like that. Does that make sense?
So, you're saying if you found out if you're in a simulation, you wouldn't care as much about money or wealth
No,
classes?
I'm not saying that. I'm
sorry.
saying because you're saying it's a simulation, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm hoping if I'm a poor, in a poor class, I'm hoping the community I live in is poor, right? I'm assuming just because I'm
Mhm.
poor. And so
I'm not following.
Nah, I get
and so if the community, everyone's poor,
Uh-huh.
everything's low.
Uh-huh.
There's no need for me to grow out of this community if I'm already so used to it and everyone's the same or within the same range. Does that make sense? Because I'm not thinking we're mixed. I'm thinking if we're simulated, right? We're in different communities. I'm in the poor, you're in the rich, you're in the medium, right?
But what if they simulated you to have a journey to become one of the richest people in the world? And you're not there yet. So you're just going to stop there?
She just explained communism, by the way.
We've done this before, actually. I've explained communism.
Just explain
before.
communism.
Wouldn't it be nice if everyone was just had the same money and the government just gave us food?
Dude, on paper, communism sounds like the best society ever.
We did talk about this before.
Yeah.
We did talk
But
about
in
it.
practice, it is not.
I wanted to say something.
Go ahead.
Talking about poor class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys notice? Do you guys see in society now? Is there a middle class or no? Or do you only see like the rich and the poor?
There's middle class.
There's middle class.
Oh, different.
Yeah, I think there's middle class.
I would say we're all middle class here.
We're I think I'm a struggling middle class.
No, I think I'm like,
no, poor is poor.
oh yeah, that's true. Depending
Like,
on where you are. in the
We
world.
are middle class. Like, I think, I don't know. That's me speaking.
I mean, if you were in like in underdeveloped countries, then I would say we're pretty high up there.
oh yeah, for sure.
Middle class, upper class.
But then if you were there, right, you wouldn't be in the same financial stability as you are here.
Yeah. So that's why I would like depends on how you look at it, what you're relating it to, right? It's all relative.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
If it's relative to California, we're dirt poor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But compared to other people, we're pretty good. I don't know. You agree? No? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I don't think I.
You know what? Forget it.
Like I'm very curious. Like I'm not too sure what you're trying to explain.
Like the community.
Like if it is a simulation,
Because this is how I think about it. Okay,
Uh-huh.
a simulation.
Okay.
I'm thinking of like experiment. So I'm
Okay.
thinking for example, you have this group of people or animals, animal. This animal, I'm gonna give like vitamin B. I don't know, right? And then this one's like a different drug or yada yada, right? Within the 3 groups, you see if they grow or expand or whatever the hell it is. And I'm saying if I'm stuck in one already, and everyone's the same. Wait, what was the question? I know, but I need to. Can you repeat it?
What if you found out?
Okay, so if I'm in the same community as everyone's poor, right?
Mhm.
I'll be okay, I think.
So why is it not like that right now without being a simulation?
I'm fighting for my life out here. Why? Because I'm not placed in one community. Here we're mixed.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
I
I
no?
can see that.
get
Yeah.
what you're saying.
No, I get that.
So if you found out you're in a simulation,
Now?
you would care less about
yeah.
whatever.
It's not the
you're
fact
doing.
that I would care less, but it's like, okay, like I'm not gonna stress out and be like, oh, what the fuck? Why'd you put me here? Or like,
I get what you're saying, but the thing is, if it is a simulation, it is our reality. It's mixed. So why would it be different in a simulation? So you're saying if it was a simulation, you wouldn't care as much. Like,
let me ask you, are you saying you don't want the opportunity to do better? Or
no,
are
I
you
would.
You would.
But
So
I
given
won't
that
be
option-
so like anal about it, knowing that I'm a project.
you just.
But what if
computer.
you're the main character and you don't know it?
Okay, well, when it happens, right? But when I find out, I'm not gonna be devastated. Does that make sense? Or no? Like, if I'm chosen to be that person, okay, great.
You're taking this away where I'm getting a little
Yeah,
confused.
I feel like you're
Or
not answering. The
You
right
know what?
no,
I think the way I'm processing it
Your
is
take-
different.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
take is
Different, way different.
You ever watch The Matrix?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like what. Are you thinking about how that happens? Like you put on a helmet and you go into this world and you're living that world. And then what Kenny is saying is you're in a simulation
Mhm.
and one day you just wake up and you're not living that world anymore, but you have the opportunity to go back if you want to.
Okay, well, I didn't get any of that. I didn't hear the fuck side of like
Okay.
going back.
I think we're just going
You know
back and
what?
forth now.
Forget
Question,
it.
guys.
How
Ignore
about
me.
this? How about
Ignore me.
this?
I don't want to answer any more
Like,
questions today.
How about this? In a simulation, and if you found out, yes, it was a simulation, would you fight? This is more of an identity crisis, right? Would you fight to say that, no, I'm not a simulation, I'm real?
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Like, I, as a person, I have thoughts and feelings. Therefore, I am a real person.
It depends. If I grew up in that, have you ever watched the Truman Show?
No, I need to watch it though.
The Truman Show is pretty much that. So like he grows up in this ecosystem where it's like a dome, and everyone's an actor besides him. And the show is him growing up essentially. But he gets to an age where he finds out he is in a simulation. So he starts to have an identity crisis because he's going through life. He has his routine. He's saying hi to everyone. He thinks that's his life. And then he starts to notice like the small flaws and stuff start to stick out to him. And then he starts having like, he's like, wait a minute, like this feels off. So he's going through it and he has to decide whether he wants to continue the show like it is and live his life like that or try to change and go outside of the TV borders essentially and live life. So that's kind of the whole show. What you're explaining is the Truman Show, which is like kind of crazy.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, but as for me though, like if I grew up like from a baby and that's all I knew, I really do believe ignorance is bliss. So if that's all I know and that's my reality, I think I would just stick to what I know. But that's based on me myself because I think I tend to play it on the safer side. But I can definitely see people who have that crisis where they're all like, oh dang, like this is all simulation, this isn't real, like I need to really know the truth. Yeah. And I'm not one of those.
I'm that person.
There you go. Yeah.
Because I think about like we only live once, right? Like I could keep living my normal life, or I can do my best to try to figure out the truth. And if I knew it was like the TV show or like actors, whatever, I'd be like, what the hell? Like my whole life, like I feel like it's been a lie.
Yeah.
And like these people talking to me, I feel like their reactions aren't real. I feel like they're being like fake to me, which they are, right? So I think I would do my best to kind of devote my life to trying to figure out the truth, or like go outside the TV border.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like my family, right? I still have like my family, and like I don't know if there is another truth out there, or if this is the only truth. So I think I'm sane enough to kind of keep living my normal life.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I'll try to ponder and like think outside the box and be like, is there really something like outside of this like whole life thing?
Yeah.
And like kind of like that. Yeah.
That is a very like, you have to like kind of put yourself in that situation. Your ideas that you're having right now where you want to go out and you realize that everyone's an actor and stuff. That's a very like introspective thought. Like if you didn't know what an actor was before, you're not going to have those thoughts. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I feel like the only reason you're saying that is because you understand what it is. Because you lived outside of it, outside the simulation. But if you're in the simulation and that's literally all you know, I feel like it would be much harder to have those ideas that you're having right now. The free will idea, or like your definition of what free will is, essentially.
I see.
I think I'm there too.
Yeah.
I think I'm more like, if I find out I'm in a simulation, give me a pros and cons list and let me decide. Let me make a decision. It's like, do I keep my family? Do I get to still see my friends?
Yeah.
Or do I lose all of them, but I get to find the truth? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the cost of it? Do I die? I don't know. Right?
Interesting.
That's a really cool show. I think you would really enjoy that one.
I've been meaning to watch it.
And it's Jim Carrey, because Jim Carrey, fantastic actor.
Dude, Jim Carrey actually
he plays so many roles.
I think very recently he like tried to expose like the Illuminati and like stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, he kind of did have that. Yeah.
And people don't believe him because he's a comedian. So he thinks he's like making fun of the world. But then also at the same time, other people are like, what if he's telling the truth? Yeah, but nobody knows. I don't know. I love the guy. He's cool. But moving on to the next scenario, I guess. What if one day you woke up or you gain consciousness back, right?
Yeah.
And you're sitting around a campfire around these other people you have no idea about. You're like, who the fuck are these people? You're thinking you get kidnapped. All of a sudden they're like, how was the trip? Would you like absolutely lose your mind? I think we all would. But like, what if that? I guess that kind of goes into it too. Is like, what if your whole life was a lie and it was all made up because you're like on some drugs?
Oh,
I think I would fucking look them dead in the eye and be like, it was cool. And then once I get home, I'll be like, what the fuck just happened, bro?
I lived a good life. I don't know.
It was cool. It was cool.
You were gone for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay. Well, very interesting to talk about.
isn't that like ayahuasca? Like when you're like, you're gone for like 10 minutes, but in reality, like it feels like you're gone for years. But in reality, you're only gone for 10 minutes.
There's actually a story of a guy that did, I don't know if it's ayahuasca, but it was something. And he came back and apparently, I think the trip is only supposed to last like maybe like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Of course, it's like in your head, it's a lot longer. But I think this guy was out for like 2 hours or something. Comes back. Dude, I had a whole family.
There you go.
And I've been living with them for 6 months. And I want to interview that guy.
That's
like,
great.
I want to get him on the show. And be like, dude, what happened? Like, what was going through your head when you came to? You know, that's so crazy to me.
Is your real wife hotter or the wife of the family?
Shit. Like, do you like your kids in real life more? Or?
Which one? Who would win in a fight? Your new kids or your old ones?
What if you go back to your original family and then there's like a new husband and then now you're questioning like
no, he was gone for 2 hours.
Or 2 hours?
In reality, he was gone for 2 hours.
Okay.
the trip.
You know what? Today my process of everything is different. Okay? Let me just shut up.
No, yeah. So the guy was gone for 2 hours, but in his head, he was gone for 6 months.
hmm
So in real life, it wasn't that long.
I know, but then now that 6 months he was gone, like whatever he went through, right? But then going back to reality, it's like,
Oh, he's like in love with this imaginary person versus against his actual
No,
wife.
but you're saying like since there's a community and everyone's like in the same, right? And
huh?
It's okay. You fell off the boat this weekend. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, the person we're talking about is actually Vicky falling off the
God
boat.
damn it.
They caught me. God damn it.
she wasn't peeing; she was actually shitting in the water. It'll be a floater.
But aren't
That's why
you-
the white people call 911.
Oh my god! No.
Okay, but yeah, thanks for sharing this moment with me, guys. Today, I really appreciate talking about this. This is a subject that I love talking about,
Mhm.
and I truly believe there's no right or wrong answer. Everyone said their own mind today, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe Vicky were a little
Oh
bit confused.
gosh!
Maybe we're a little bit confused on what you're trying to get out, but I think as long as it makes sense to you, then that's fine.
I hope someone understands.
If someone understands, you
Please
probably have a
comment
PhD or
below.
something.
He's the homie.
Give us a spark notes, please. Put that shit in the comments and
This
under.
Put it
Explain
in
it.
layman's.
They probably went to Harvard,
I know.
graduated top of their class.
Vicky just vibrating us. That's why she's too far beyond us.
Oh my
Can't
God.
comprehend.
Yeah, maybe
Dumb it
Vicky
down
is
for
the
us.
higher one.
Yeah.
She's thinking about it even.
Ooh.
They're
five
fucking
steps
gaslighting me right
She-
now. They're
she
fucking gaslighting me.
transcended.
and we
There
can
you
only
go.
think one step ahead of
Uh-huh.
All right, let's cut it right here.
that.
But I want a message to be just live life, be grateful for what you have in your life. I'm very grateful for this table, holding up our shit.
Woo.
And stuff like
never
that.
Mind. I was thinking of you talking about us, but you're talking about the table.
I don't appreciate you guys that
God.
much. But no, I do. But thank you guys so much for
Hell
watching. This has been
yeah.
episode 15. Any last words you guys want to say?
I actually want to give a quote that I
Oh,
actually really
Please.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I think it kind of plays into what we're talking about, but not really at the same time.
Mhm.
But I really like this quote and stuck with me. It's without fear, there's no courage.
Without fear, there's no what?
Courage.
Oh, courage.
Oh,
And I was like, I thought about it, I was like, wow, that's fucking amazing.
it's kind of like without darkness, there's no light.
Yeah. Applies to a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's yin and yang. That's
Yeah,
definitely-
yin and yang. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this is yin and yang.
Without light, there's
You-
no.
Yeah, like you need darkness for light.
Yeah. There's always
Yeah.
a balance in everything. There's a
Yeah.
reason for things to go up, whereas there's also a reason
Uh-huh.
for things to go down.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you just got to accept the darkness.
Yeah.
It's part of life. That's what it is. But thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that, Vicky? Thank you guys for watching. Please follow us on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. We are 3RD, Third Space Pod. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Let's fucking
Woo!
go.
Bye.
I'll make sure next time I'm not confusing. Thanks, y'all.
I'll pick a less confusing topic for you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, we're talking about coding next episode.
We'll learn some math where there's going to only be one right answer.